Okay, let's get it on. What is this? Okay, so welcome back to another Game is Full of Bugs development stream. Today I'm gonna try not to blast your ears with me bobbing my microphone. So hopefully the experience is gonna be a bit better. Anyway, what I got for you today is making more content. Big surprise. What I want to do is basically continue down this list. I have about 3 hours and a half of time, and what I want to do is start working on a bit of a more interesting event. Yesterday I made one event, which was fairly simple. It's just a simple choice with simple outcomes, I guess. And today I want to do something a bit more. Let me just put the volume down just a touch. Today I want to do something a bit more involved, I guess. Oops. Let's see. Do I still have? Yeah, I still have all of them. Hey Adam, Tech Tips. How's it going? So yeah, this is the event that I've made yesterday. Super simple. It has simple outcomes. You can gain an item, you can gain some scrap, or you can ignore it. So today, there we go. Today I want to do something a bit more, since I have kind of more time because I don't have to design the whole base for the events. I can just work on the event. So I want to do something a bit more interesting, and then also hopefully do some cleaning up. So fixing some of the other things that I have written here. Because there's a bunch of things that I need to check out. But yeah, first let's make an event. So, I don't know how big of a delay I have. Wait, let me check. If I turn to the, let's go to the main scene. Let's see how long does this take to get there. I'm just gonna check just so I know like how delayed I am with my response. Yeah, quite a while. So if anyone is chatting with me, just keep in mind that the delay is quite strong, like maybe 10 seconds ish. 5 to 10 seconds. So yeah, it might take a little bit for me to respond, but rest assured, I do want to do that. Okay. So let's see. What was I doing? Yeah, events. So new event. Where do I have my event saved? I think everything closed from yesterday, but it should be somewhere here. Level logic events, there we go. So what I want to do is create a new folder. Now I want to figure out what exactly to call this event as well. Don't need you, don't need you as well, not anymore at least. Wait. Do I have, okay, I'm gonna have this open here, and then here I can figure out the other thing. The rest of the stuff. Okay, there we go. Sorry, excuse-moi. Let's see. We're gonna do a green pool, like a little bubbling pool. And what I'm thinking is you're gonna have a chance to kind of dip your whole weapon into it, and you're gonna bug a couple of random bullets, or maybe you can just select one bullet to bug, right? Those are gonna be the two options, or you can ignore it. Also, I'm thinking, should you have an option to ignore such events, or should it just be made in a way where you have to do something, you know? That like you can't just ignore it, so something always happens. I guess I can kind of remove a choice if I decide. Okay, so let's say bubbling pool, right? Bubbling pool. And then I want to see, yeah, I need the dialogues, I need the choices, but first, this is an event SO, and this is a Trapper event. Wait, don't I have? Oh, event SO is just a dialogue SO. Okay, sorry. I have to kind of remember that every time. So we're gonna do bubbling pool event SO. We're gonna open this up. This is going to derive from dialogue SO. Is this correct? Wait, let me close some cropoli ravioli. Definitely gonna just close to the right for now. So Trapper event SO, it's, yeah, dialogue SO. I'm also gonna copy this. We're gonna call this dialogue, bubbling pool. And then I think I'm just gonna copy the whole thing just so I have the base, and then I'm gonna change it according to what I need. There you go. And let's do, yeah, I'm gonna write everything else later. So I think I already made a similar event with the upgrade. I mean, not similar, it's just the way I use, yeah, this callback method. This is what I need. I'm gonna do something similar here. So this is basically giving me the option to choose a module. Now I have to see, wait, this is set module, animate false, only reset true, and we have a callback. Now I want to see what exactly this does. If I have a callback function, do I do anything different with it? Doesn't seem like it. Let's see. Bulletin module clicked. Yeah, okay. We call back the callback function. Yeah, we call it. Okay, good. So basically what this does is I open the magazine and then I wait for you to click click the module, and then that will kind of get modified in a way. So we can try to do that. So let's do initialize choosing, or let's just do choose one bullet to bug, and then here we would do bug one bullet, Boom. Then we set the magazine, we change to choosing module, sure, and then we do the whatever. And what does this do? I would imagine, okay, I think that's okay. We're just gonna leave it at this for now, and this is going to be event number 2. Event number 1 is just gonna kind of do a random one. So we're gonna do a private void, let's say bug random bullets. How exactly that's gonna work yet, I don't know, but I'm sure I should be able to do it. And then the final one, we're gonna kind of ignore it, right? And I'm not yet sure if this is how I wanna do this. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I can still remove it later. Okay. So bugging of random bullets. Let's put a pin in this, and I'm just gonna draw the event first. One thing that I also want to do is maybe create a separate kind of separate art file for events. And just have them be in one place, right? So let's see. Do I have this in the... No, it couldn't be in the UI. Full module headquarters. I have this here, which I'm not exactly happy about. I think I need to do a little bit of yeah, this is an SO icon. We're gonna do, let's create a new folder. Let's organize this a little bit. We're gonna call this module stuff. We're gonna drop projectiles in. We're gonna drop modules, these, what else? Bullets, full modules. Then we're gonna do a new folder that is gonna be kind of like various, right? I can drop the square in, I can drop these old test things in. I think this is this ace? No, it's not. So I don't need this. Then let's do, I guess this is UI, this is UI, this is UI, pickups, muzzle. I guess muzzle is, and we're gonna do player. So player, I'm gonna drop the pickups. Yeah, pickups, muzzle, player abilities, player sheet, more player ability. Wait, what did it? Player ability, icons, okay. And items, it's gonna just be in the UI. Then the border, again, UI, hit border, the first one also UI. And cocoon sheet is gonna be player. Okay, good. Module rule, what is this? Oh, that's something I'm not using anymore, I think, but it's fine. So now, do I just make a new folder for events, or can that go into some specific folder? Cutscenes-ish. And I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna duplicate this, I'm gonna call these events. I'm gonna open you up and make you just a touch smaller. So we're gonna delete this. I'm gonna canvas size do of 512. There we go, events, and then I'm also gonna drop in this. So this is from the first event. Don't know exactly how much space I need for it, so for now I'm just gonna drop it here. And then what I want to do is open this one up and check how big this is. So 21 by 32, and we have it 3 from the bottom. 21 by 32, okay? So events, no, these are cutscenes. Sprite editor, okay, another thing that I want to do is put this to 512. So 21 by 32. There we go. We're gonna do like this. And then this is gonna go down here. Ish. Wait, does this one use, actually, let me check that. Where's this placed? Might be higher. No, it's just there. Okay. So that means you can now use the right one. So these are going to be events. Boom. We're going to apply this and disable you. Okay, so now I have the events kind of place where I do all of the images. Wait, I can probably move this slightly to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Good. Okay. So a small pool on the floor, right? So basically I want to do something similar to this, or I guess at least use these kind of colors is what I'm thinking about. But maybe, let's see. We might even use these colors, you know. Let's add a background layer. And let's do something that's kind of used in the dungeon. Okay, now let's see. I do something like what's a good size for it? It doesn't have to be too big. All right, I could use the player here as well. So just give me the player sprite, this one. Drop it here, just so I have a reference to to the player size. Okay, there we go. And let's make this on a new layer. This is going to be player, right? And this is background, and then this is the main, I guess. Okay. So let's see. Could definitely be, you know, a little misshapen, so it's not super, like in a super correct shape. Right. And then I actually need to see how, where is it? Caves. Yeah, how I do these. You know, it could be something like that, and then just have some sort of an edge. I think that does make sense. So let's try to do something similar. Maybe not like this. Nope. What exactly I'm trying to do, who knows? But you know, it's kind of trusting the process. It's something that I'm learning more and more about art, is just kind of, you know, just trust you're gonna get there, right? It's never, like, you hardly ever see really good immediate progress. You just kind of have to, you know, trust that you're gonna get there. That's a tip for all of you art folks, or all of you that are struggling with this. Just kind of trust, right? You never know. Does it look good? Who knows, right? Just kind of keep on doing it until you get to a place where you feel you know, you did something well. And that can take, you know, a random amount of time. It's hard to know how long it's gonna take for you to figure a particular piece, right? You know, right now I'm just kind of trying, this doesn't look good, you know? But like, how would I know that if I wouldn't try? Does this look good? No. There's something there, I guess. If I do something like that. Let me open this here. Like, it's hard to know, right? Maybe like bubbles more so. Like, this is definitely gonna start falling apart when I try to animate this. That's always like the big issue. Maybe if I make like a dark lower layer, I can bring out a bit more detail like that. Yeah, I think I need a different color here if I'm gonna go this route. You know, something more in line with this. Or what if I go brighter? That definitely looks somewhat toxic. It's just, is this what I'm looking for? Okay, let's circle this so I don't change anything else. Nope, nope. This is another one of those situations where I'm thinking about, should I add more colors to to what I'm doing. Because I'm kind of trying to constrain myself to this specific color palette. But it's never wrong to add additional colors for specific things, right? You just kind of want to, I mean, there's different approaches to this, but like essentially, at least for me, I'm trying to keep in this palette at all times, and then if necessary, I add, you know, a color for a specific thing. I don't add it to the palette just for that specific piece, right? But oftentimes, if you try to just kind of keep in the same palette, you find out a lot of really interesting things about how cool some stuff can look if you use maybe a color that's kind of close to what you were looking for, but not exactly. And it kind of really well connects to the whole game because of that. So I try to do that as much as possible. Okay, let's see. What is this? This would be, I don't know. Just make it caves. We're gonna call this events.sprite. I'm gonna save it there, just so I have this nice folder there. What is happening? Okay, works. So this doesn't look too bad. Like if I, you know, look at the player coming to this, it doesn't look too bad, you know. And this is something I can always revisit, improve, right? It doesn't really matter. Should it be a bit bigger? Not necessarily, right? I mean, it could be bigger. Should I make it as big as this? I mean, maybe, damn, maybe I should. Well, let's make it a bit bigger then. We're gonna take this, put it here. We're gonna make this a bit bigger. This might look better. It's just obviously this is now completely destroyed. We're gonna kind of have to rebuild it a touch. It does look, size-wise, I think I do like it more. I just have too much of this edge now, right? So we're gonna kind of reduce that. I think I did like the general shape of it. So I'm gonna try to kind of rebuild like the idea that I was building on. This part could definitely use a bit more love. Oh, what am I using? There you go, that's better. That's something like this. This is starting to look okay. And then we can, I guess we can start off with some sort of a lower shade. Right? And then just kind of keep on building on this. Like I'm trying a different approach, you know. Makes it look more like some sort of a, you know, like it's like oil or whatever, like something like that. You know, it's like something is spilled in, which could work as a, it could make nice, good sense. And what if I just make it like this? I kind of like just the look of this, you know. Okay, first off, I don't need you. You're just kind of messing me up. This looks pretty nice. Don't need you as well. I'm gonna keep you around. You're a nice little baby pool. Baby pool. So now I have to figure out like how many, like does this look good? I think it does look good. Maybe it should block you from walking in, or maybe it shouldn't. This is one of those things that would be really nice if I was making a, like if I was actually placing the game in a 3D space, because what I could do then is raise, you know, put this thing on the ground and then raise it up by 2 pixels, and then when the player would kind of walk over it, his legs would be, you know, submerged. But now this is a really hard effect to achieve, right? But that way it would just be seamless. So maybe you can just kind of walk over it. Maybe it can damage you, like if you walk into it, right? It could be like an additional effect. Like work similar to fire, so if you like stand inside of it too long, it damages you a little bit. Okay, let's try to animate this. So I don't know exactly how this, let's do this and this, how exactly this animation will look like. Wait, can I do, yeah, but this won't be visible, will it? It will not be visible unless I make this on a new layer. I could do that, I guess. So what I would do is make a new layer. No. Oh, right here. New layer. And then I would take these. Oops. Or I guess I could just copy it, paste it here. And then we would delete. Oops. We would delete everything but the thing. And then down here, we would color this green. And then, is this now gonna be seen? Still not. How about now? Wait, isn't this? Do I need to disable this? Oh. It's kind of awkward, no? That you can't, you know. Current layer only. Yeah. That does not work. This is kind of nice to see. Yeah, interesting that you can't do this. Also, I need to delete this. Wait, is this part of the... Should it be here? And this is nothing. Oh, this is here as well. Why? Don't want you. Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna be doing this with the onion. I'm just gonna do it old school. All right, I guess I still just can animate this part. So I guess I would just kind of be moving this whole thing to the left a bit. Or I guess I can do it, okay, let's just delete this and let's start fresh. And we can start with small things. So maybe this can move a bit. And then, you know, a bit more. Maybe we can like kind of push this thing slowly. And then slowly go back. You know. Something like that, and I think we would make this animation just a touch slower, maybe even slower. So just do a small movement like that. You know. Maybe here we start a bit sooner. something like that, you know. Just start like on the one side and then just move on from there. So it's always like animating these like fluid things is kind of, it's hard. Yeah, no, that doesn't look good. Tried something. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There we go. Okay, so next, what do we do? Something like this looks decently okay. You know, now just, I think I would need to have some movement up in here as well. Oops. You know, yeah, that's definitely moving too much on this. And this bottom movement just doesn't look good. It looks like you're kind of, it feels like it's moving the whole thing instead of just, like it's moving the edge. Right, the top movement is fine. I think the top movement actually does make it look more real. So you can do some stuff here. Yeah. Something like this. Looks good for you? Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, something like this. This looks good enough. Now, obviously, these are the kind of things that you can kind of spend, you know, all the time in, right? It does look a little like it's, how to say? Just want to do one small test. Let's merge this down. I'm gonna add a new layer. like bodies of water or whatever is something that I'm not too comfortable drawing, as you might see. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? But what? Why did I draw this? Yeah, maybe this one just shouldn't be here. Yeah, no, this is definitely too slow of animation for doing something like that. Maybe I could like add a light in the game as well to this. Just gonna try to make it a bit more lively, right? And this, like, if I would make bubbles, I would need to make them in a separate layer, because otherwise they're going to be too consistent. Maybe I can just leave it like this. Maybe I would make like a particle effect. I can make some particles to make it look a bit more like something is popping up. Okay, so let's duplicate this down, merge this down rather, and we're gonna just use this for now. We're gonna link these cells. Oh right, this doesn't matter because I'm gonna have to let's move all of you a bit higher. How big is this? It's 28. Okay. And shove it right up the edge. Why didn't it move all of them? Right, because of this. Is this enough? Moved it too much. Okay. So now what I want to do is just copy them next to each other. I just need to know how wide is this? 27. So we're gonna leave one space. Like that. And I guess I wouldn't need to because it's gonna be connected either way, but it's fine. Like I have more than enough space to do these things. Okay. Like this. Let's delete these. Delete these. There you go. And then I'm gonna open this up separately. Where did I put this? In cutscenes, right? Maybe I just want to put it in the caves. Just makes more sense to me. Okay, so let's open you up. And then we're gonna, don't need you. We're gonna copy all of these, just paste them here. There you go. Save this. And let's add these in like that, I think. Should I make a separate kind of a separate file for these? Probably not necessary, I would imagine. There we go. Okay. That's that. And then let's do, I guess this would use a sprite changer. But yeah, let's duplicate this. We're gonna unpack it and we're gonna use this image. And I guess this is a floor layer with a bit of a one-up on it. Then we would do a sprite changer. Drop you in. And let's lock you. And we're gonna drop all of these here. Animation speed is 0.15, and then these don't matter, so yeah, that's basically it. Then what we could do is we could add a nice little light in it. Do I have a mushroom? There we go. I'm gonna take, you're using the light. Yeah, you're using a light. I'm gonna drop you in, position you right. What? Oh, right. Position you in the middle. And we don't need it to be as big. I essentially want to have quite an intense look right in the middle. But I can have lights here, right? Yeah, but I do want to have it here though. Let's make the inner circle a bit bigger, right? So this would be lit up. Fall of strength. Yeah, the fall of strength can be pretty strong. And I think I would make the color just, more greenish. Now, do I have a flicker, light flicker. What does this do? We'll see. Okay, this, and then we could drop in a particle effect. I'm looking for, wait, let's just check here in the pooling system. Dust particles, but I'm looking for, I have a nice effect made for when you hit a wall. Scrap pool, goo, enemy dig, laser pool, shockwave pool, blah blah blah, explosion. Dust particles. Like, when does this trigger? Like, how does this look? Oh, I do have something like this here. Okay, let's remove this. I'm gonna drop this here. Place it in the right position. Thank you. We're gonna loop it. And I just wanna use the sparks. Let's disable you. And also let's position you a bit better. Okay. How does your emission look? We want definitely to do a shape, but I need it bigger. Yeah, but that's not good. Oops, no, not sprite. I guess a circle is fine. We're just gonna but is this what I'm looking for? We want to do a start rotation. Huh. Let's not do, I mean, I guess bursts are fine, but let's also do a rate over time. Just so I can see how this looks. I'm struggling to remember how this exactly is supposed to be made. No, not mesh. I mean, can I make it a sprite? Wait. Is this a thing? Can I just drop in this specific sprite? Okay. Yes, let's not do that. Yeah, let's not do that then. Yeah, this is what I want to do. What if I make its speed 0? Okay, where's my gravity? This is what I want to do. Let's start at 0, right? It just kind of goes up. Maybe it should use the dust. Could be a thing, right? Just not as insane. And then we would again do 0. And gravity -1. Wait, start speed. Just that it's obviously way too I don't know. Does this look good or it doesn't look good. is the consensus. Maybe if it would be a different color, I guess. What if I make this a white, solid white? And then can I change, I can change the color then, right? Sure. Do you need it though? You really don't. Yeah, this doesn't look that good. What if I make this a 0? interesting that like I can't. That I can't make this. That I can't increase the cycles on a random amount, you know? I guess we can do like 6 cycles. I guess this should be 1. Or it could be between 1 and 2. And then just, I guess, yeah, make this a lot lower. Something like that, right? Okay, we can leave it at this. So this would be bubbling pool event. Let's select you, and then you would go into the bubbling pool event. Boom. Okay. So then we are gonna, wait, is this? This already kind of works. Okay, so let's create a new bubbling pool event. And this is gonna be called bubbling pool event SO. We're gonna be using, oh right, no, this one is using the dialogue then, right? This one is using this. There you go, okay. No. I want to apply it to, what? Okay, what if I open you up and then set you here? There you go. Okay. All right, I can also manage. I don't need the box collider, but I do need you to be lower and bigger, like this. Okay, so this is basically the basis for it. Now I just need to write the event. So let's see, I need my events, this thing, and we're gonna do event for dialogue 01. And I think I'm gonna have probably 4 of them. We're gonna do, what do we write here? Let's say a bubbling pool of toxic sludge. Looks how do you say? How do you write good? How do you write good dialogues. Looks similar to looks familiar. Does that make sense? Okay, so maybe I write these things first. So I would do color 1 and let's say submerge the whole gun, right? And then we do C and break, and then this would do a couple of random bullets become bugged. Let's do C2 here. Or I guess, like, what would be the bugged color? And we can just do C2 and then go from there. Okay, then we do, I guess you can copy this one because it's going to be somewhat similar. So we do dip 1 bullet. Dip, or let's do submerge the whole fabricator. Submerge the whole fabricator. And then we're gonna do dip a part of the fabricator. And we're gonna do select a bullet to be bugged. Select, or projectile, select a single projectile to be bugged. A couple of random projectile modules. Like, what is a good word for a bullet that isn't a bullet? Because the problem is bullets have specific, like bullets are already a type of this module, right? So what would be, can't really figure out what that would be. And then we're gonna do C1, step away. And then break. Leave it undisturbed. Leave it undisturbed. Okay. A bubbling pool of toxic sludge looks similar to some parts. Looks similar to what powers your fabricator. Looks, no, actually it looks like this doesn't really matter, right? This can be should you experiment? This doesn't look right. Experiment. This is going to be all kind of changed later on, right? Now I just need it to work. Yeah. What I'm thinking right now is, should these, like what happens essentially, should they be hidden until you try to do them, right? So basically just have question marks, which would be like kind of easy to do, right? After the break, you just insert question marks instead. And then you would have to kind of, try it out before you really know what it's gonna happen, right? Like this wouldn't be too hard of a thing, right? This would be just a game marker, just basically some sort of a save state for each, how do you say? For each event, right? They can just have a whatever kind of a thing. And then until you try to do the thing that it says, you don't know what's gonna happen, right? I kind of like that. Maybe we could have more options for each event then, so it would be more interesting, right? And then, after you encounter it, you would then know what it does. So like in code, how would that look? Right, this would be kind of awkward because I need to know when the specific event is being loaded. I need to know the ID of the event, and then when I load options in, wait, do I have, no, of course, no, I do, dialog controller. So choices, so yeah, we open the choices and then we set up new choices, and then we get localized string plus. And here we see the dialog lines 0, right, branching conversations. Yeah, so here, current button ID. Okay, I have the current button ID here. So what I could do is just check if we are currently in an event, and then figure out if, like, you've already tried out this particular choice, right? Let's see, I have dialog SO. What is this? I'm just gonna drop this here so I can easily find it then. So dialog SO, we can also make it have a public bool is event dialog, or let's do public int. Wait, does it have an ID? No, it doesn't have an ID. Public int hidden options ID equals -1, right? So basically, -1 means no hidden dialogues, no hidden options, right? And then 1, like, is this gonna work? 1 equals, well, let's do 0. Huh. Bubbling pool event, right? Then let's see if this is saved. Like, why isn't this shown here? You know, why does the summary not work? Wait, how do you do tooltip, right? Is it like this? No. Tooltip. Yes, please. So tooltip, and then we're gonna drop these in. But also, let's make it like that. And then like that. Oh, okay, fair. So don't need you. Just need you. You know? Now let's see it, if this works. Okay, so this is a 0, and then in our dialog controller, what I would do is I guess I'm gonna be saving this just in the game markers, right? Why make more crap if I can just save everything in the same line? So let's see, current button ID, right? I need to kind of figure this part out here. So we're gonna do, oh no, this string text to show equals this, right? String text to show equals this, right? Wait, can I do here? Can I do bool hide after break equals false, right? so I don't have to make a new string. Here I would just do so current dialog dot ID hidden options ID is more than 0, more than -1, right? And then how do I check this? I just want to have this saved in one spot, so I could do it like an enumerator or an enum, where like if only the first option is seen, it's 1. If it's only the second one is 2, the third one is 3, the fourth one is 4, and then you have combinations of them, right? No, basically, no, I need 1 or 2 or 4 or 8, and then combinations of them, right? Basically can determine exactly which are unlocked. Is that correct? How do you do this exactly? Jesus. Like, let's say I have a conversation, so there would be 3 options. So first option would be 1, and then the second option would be 2, the third option would be 3, the fourth option would be, no, sorry, would be 4, and this one would be 8, right, and so on, right? The fifth one would be 16, and stuff like that. And then let's say this one has been seen, and this one, which means I would save a number 5, right? So this can only be, constructed from 1 and 4. A 7 can be constructed from the 30. So right, in this case, the first 3 options would be seen. So yeah, that definitely does work. I just need to figure out how to write that normally. Like, how can I check how can I check it based on like this enum idea? How can I just write check for unlocks? Like, this is something that I'm kind of not the strongest at, is some of these more complex ideas. What if I just do void bool is dialog choice unlocked, and we would pass in the the int dialog choice ID, and we would int dialog, or I guess line ID, right? These 2 things are in need. And then let's just do return true. No, not void, just bool. Sorry, this, and then we drop this crap in, right? And we drop in the current dialog so dot hidden options ID, and we also drop in the current button ID. And then here we do first if dialog choice ID equals -1, we just return true, right? Then we move on. So what I do here is first I would need to know where these are saved. I guess you could just use the directly where the game marker is. Just use the same number because the ID doesn't really matter. It can be anything, just as long as it isn't the same. So let's open the save load thing. And I need my player data. I need my game markers. So like for instance here, 54 would be bubbling, or let's do event choices, bubbling pool, right? So in that case, this would be 45, right? So I just check that specific game marker. So what I would do, oh right, and I would also want to write this here, just so I know it's the correct one. So I would then check how do you check stuff? So like, let's say I'm gonna drop in the line. Okay, let's do int unlock save is equals to save load dot instance dot player data dot game markers, and we're gonna drop in the dialog choice ID, right? So I have this is gonna be, you know, if it's 0, then nothing is unlocked, right? Like, how do I check that? Right? I'm gonna try to search a little bit for a solution. I'm trying to, I don't know exactly, I guess it's like bit based, right? Mm-hmm. So there seems to be bitwise operations. That's new to me. C# bitwise operators. Oh, that is muy interesante. Binary AND operator copies a bit to the result if it exists in both operands. A binary OR operator copies a bit if it exists in either operand. Okay. So can I do? So I have the unlock thing here, and then do I just do return? I do the let's do saved state instead, right? And then I would drop in a save state, and then this would be the line ID. Oh, right, but this isn't the line ID. So if this isn't 0, is this correct? But like line ID also needs to be like basically 0 needs to be 1, 1 needs to be 2, 2 needs to be 4, 3 needs to be 8. How do I do so then I would do not the line ID, but I can again use an operator, which would be 1 and then line ID. And I'm gonna just drop this here just in case. I think this checks out. According to Google, this should work. Um, Now I'm not exactly sure. This is as far as I understand. So AND operator copies a bit to the result if it exists in both operands. So if A and B equals 12, which is 0, 0, 0 and 1, 1, 0, 0. Yeah, so, okay, yeah, I think this checks out. So if the safe state and my line ID both have this operator, both have the existing operator, it wouldn't be 0, right? Because then it would copy the, you know, whatever the joined operator is, or operand, result, I guess. But if it's 0, then it doesn't exist, then it's not unlocked. And this basically moves, let's see, binary left shift operator. The left operand value is moved left by the number of bits specified by the right operand. I think that checks out, right? So it moves this one by this many times. So at 0, it's going to stay 1, and then it's going to move it more times. I think this checks out. Okay, so now I have this. And now here, what I would do is, if this is true, wait, is this? No. Is dialog unlocked? Basically, we're gonna send, we're gonna send true. So let's do this. Or we can just do hide after break. Let's just make it a show after break, right? Equals true by default. And then what we're gonna do is, okay, we're gonna do more color replacements first. Oops. So we're gonna do another one. Oh, right, I don't need this one. I just need to change the colors. So C2 would be color, I think, this one. Let's just use this one and then I can change it later. Boom. So this is gold. This is bug pink. Then what we do, if show after break is false, then we want to kind of how do you replace, so text equals text dot, what can you do? Like I want to split it, right? Remove I guess I would do split, right? And then separate here. Oops. Split with a break. Is this correct? No. How does this work? String separator. I guess none. Wait, do we need to do this even? Yeah, just break, split after this, and just use the first one. And then we would also want to text equals text. Wait, but does it split after break? Yeah, no, this is gonna also remove the break. But like I can just add it back, right? I can just do plus break and then 3 question marks, for instance, right? I think this checks out. Chickadee check. Okay. So let's also add the other one. So we would do here. We would do event choices. This is abandoned locker. Or what's the event called? Trapped item. Okay, let's do trapped item. So before doing this, I can, let's see. So this would be 46. Right. Trapped item event and plus. So let's see. I just want to see if this works first. Like, do I have those things hidden? Did I save everything? I think I did, yeah. Okay. We have events all over the place, so we can just choose a random hole to go into. So now, so let's try to kick it out. Now something happened. And now do I see it the next time I go here? No. Okay, what if I kick this one? No. Okay, so let's see. Oh! I don't see it because I don't choose it, right? Shit. So how do I do this? So when I select a choice, I need to save this, obviously. So where do I, is dialog choice unlocked? Okay, that's fine. Choice triggered. which we save by the button ID. So what we would do here is I guess we would do if it's not locked, so we would do current dialog so.id, and we would drop in the button ID. Right? If this is false, we want to unlock it. So we would do save load .instance.playerData.gameMarkers, and we would drop in the button, no, the current dialog so ID. And I think there's an operator that can do that, right? Yeah, so I need, is it correct if I do this equals, and then I need button ID, I need one like this. So this would basically add, I think this adds the amount that you give here according to bits. But like, does this matter? No, I would just drop in, I think this needs to just have the ID. I think this is, yeah, or I would do plus and then the other thing. Let's try it like this. I'm gonna try to learn how to use the bit operators and see if this worked. There we go, learning something new. I think it's really interesting to have, you know, hidden what it does until you know, learn what it does, right? So let's go here. So now everything should still be hidden. Wait, did I save it? I did. So let's kick it out, which gives us some scrap. Now let's see if that's unlocked now, you know? Okay, didn't unlock the right one. So what did it save? I mean, I think I'm close, right? So game markers, how many is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so basically needs to be here, or is it here? Oh, right, no, it's here. So it's 1. It saved the first option. Right, okay. So the problem, I need to do +1 here because the bitrate operators need to do like option 1, 2, 3, 4, not 0, 1, 2, 3, I think. So let's try to do that again. I'm also gonna disable this back to 0. Okay, let's go right. So let's try to do the second one again. And now let's see if this unlocked the right option. destroy the item but gain some scrap. Then let's do option 3, ignore it. It's still not working correctly. So what did it save? It saved 1 and 2. Right. Okay, so what if I just do... what if I just make it like this and then just do this thing again? Because I would only do this once, you know. So plus equals 1 moved by this amount, only if it's not unlocked, right? So it shouldn't, the problem would be if I would do that multiple times. Let's remove this back to 0. Okay, so we have events on this side. So if I open up this, yeah, it gives me 2. Okay, that's correct. Now let's try to open the ignore one. This is now 6. I think this is now working properly. Good. Now let's try to choose the same option again. Nothing happens. Good. Now let's grab it, which adds 1, which is for the first option, right? Isn't that cool? We have, you know, we can do some exploring. Come on, man. That's super cool, no? Like, one of the things that might be interesting is if this is the first time you try it, it might be nice to also write it out, right? To not just, you know, skip it. That might be somewhat of a annoying thing to do. Wait, when I do the choice, let's see if I can do that. So we set a branching dialogue. Yeah, we do this. No, just choice triggered. So what does this do? Yeah, it sends in the next line. Sure. So what if I do... So next line, the problem is if I have the end, like if it was just unlocked, right? I don't want it to end, I want it to end after. Like, how do I do that though? Like, I could definitely add in Where's my... I could just send in the, like there could be a boolean here. So bool just unlocked, right? And this would equal to false by default. And then here, when I go to the next line, I would also have a bool just unlocked, which equals false, right? Game dev on a Mac is magnificent. I don't think I have like a really big preference, like if I would say it's better than PC, right? I definitely don't want to say that. It's just like for me, I'm used to using a Mac and I love using it. Is it better than PC? Apart from like, I'm sort of a bias because I always have problems with PCs or they have problems with me. So I definitely prefer using a Mac. But otherwise, like I've developed on both of them. And to be honest, if you're just going for one choice, I would probably still say to go with PC. And the main reason for that is that it's better for if you want to port the game, right? If you want to do porting stuff, I don't think it's possible to be done on a Mac. I think the dev kits that consoles have to be used with a PC. So I think that's like the only downside, though, that I can see. Otherwise, I would definitely prefer using a Mac. It's just I do have a PC just in case, just for, you know, if I need it to. Sorry, just. But yeah, I think, like I said, I prefer working on a Mac. It's just because the dev kits usually need you to use a PC. I would say if you just, you know, go for one of them, I would go for a PC, just on that reason alone. Everything else, I prefer using a Mac, just for me. And there's no big difference otherwise, right? It's the same thing. It's like the stuff that is different is not really relevant to game development specifically. So you can use whatever you want, right? Like when it comes to file management and, you know, connecting with other devices, like I'm definitely in the Apple ecosystem, right? I have their phone, I have their watch, I have the iPad, I have their the headphones, right? The AirPods. I use everything from them, and it's so incredibly convenient that everything just works, right? And it's just because I'm in this ecosystem, it's just so much easier for me to use everything that's, you know, connected to that ecosystem. If I would just have the one thing, I don't think there's much of a difference, to be honest. As is this month, I'm planning to buy a laptop for pretty much use for work and game dev. I never owned an Apple device ever though. Yeah, the thing here is you're definitely gonna be, it's gonna be way cheaper for you to buy a PC, right? Because Mac laptops are really, really expensive. But the main reason why it's so expensive, like there's definitely, the price definitely might be bloated a bit, but it's not as much as you might think. The reason, like if you buy a Mac computer that is without a screen, is actually a really good deal, right? You get a really powerful machine for a normal amount of money. But the problem is when they include their screens, like with laptops or iMacs or whatever, that's super expensive because their screens are really good. Now, I don't want to start a war here. I wouldn't defend this opinion with my life. But I definitely did see the quality of Mac screens, of like Apple screens. I was able to experience it because I was using iMacs before. Like right now I'm using a Dell screen, a Dell ultra-wide screen, so it's different. But their screens are really, really good. They're really high quality and they look great. And that's where most of that price comes in, I think. Like if you buy a separate Apple screen, it's just stupid expensive and I don't recommend doing that. But like you can see that like a big amount of price comes into their screen. And like if you're gonna be using a laptop and you either way wanna buy like a separate monitor for it, I think you can just, you can get a much cheaper computer that's gonna have more power, right? And hopefully it's gonna last you a bit longer. MacBook prices are sprawling competitive against Windows. Their M4 that came out is probably... Yeah, like their computers are really good. I don't understand the argument that Mac, computers are way too expensive. I never believed that because as soon as you kind of, look at what you get, it's a fair deal most of the time, right? Sometimes there's some, some stupid shit and like them, like with upgrading storage, the prices are dumb, right? Everything is just plus $200, which obviously isn't logical, right? Getting more storage shouldn't be so expensive. But on the baseline, the prices are fine and you get a really powerful machine and, basically the best speakers and screen that you can get in a similar device, right? It's just the best. You get the best trackpad, there's no doubt about that. If you get their mouse, you kind of get scammed a bit, right? I don't understand the Magic Mouse. It's just, I don't know. Maybe some people can use it. I don't like it. Yeah, their storage is ass. Like the fact that they charge so much for upgrading storage is a scam. Like they definitely want to do that, ladder approach where you kind of buy a bit more storage, buy a bit more RAM, and then all of a sudden you're, an extra $400. And then you're like, oh, maybe I should just buy a better version of computer since I'm so close to that bracket. But then when you get to the better version of the computer, you do, you again have to upgrade the storage and you again plus 200, and then again, I might as well buy the even better computer then, right? They definitely want to do that, right? That's definitely scummy behavior. But it is what it is. Otherwise, I think they're making really good machines that last a long time. And you don't have problems with it, at least most of the time. You obviously can have problems with it. Like for the most part, when I know people using Apple computers, they have, infinitely less issues because it's made for kind of dumb people, right? It's made to just work, right? And I do appreciate that. Okay, so just unlocked. We're gonna do, can I make this, like what I'm afraid here is that this is going to override can I make this a new line, like a copy of it? Or is this a new line? This is what I'm worried about. This is a struct. Oh, this is a struct, so I can't change it either way. Okay, I see. So we're gonna do dialog event, current event equals to this, right? And then we're going to do if current event equals to end, and we're going to do if just unlocked, then we're going to do current event equals to and after, right, instead. Sorry, just equals. And we're gonna do the same thing for if we do event, right, we want to do event after. There we go. So now I just need to just unlock, drop it here. And then for you, what do I call you? We're gonna do bool just unlocked equals false. And then drop, this is gonna be true. And then this is going to be passed here. So just unlocked, and then if just unlocked is true, then we want to end after. So let's try to see if that works as well. Sorry, thanks for the tips. I'll probably still think about it as I got a bit of time. Yeah, definitely, right? The only thing is, like if you want to get a, you know, strong enough machine as it comes to Apple laptops, I think you have to kind of pay a bit more because you pay so much for their screen. And the price is like quite high, right? And obviously the storage is kind of an issue. So I think a reasonable, like it really depends what kind of money you have to spend, right? Like for me, if I ever buy a laptop, I'll definitely buy a Mac just because I'm so used to their, you know, because I'm so in their ecosystem, right? And I just want to use that. And I'm ready to pay a bit more, even if I don't really care for a really good screen, because I don't plan to use it, you know, regularly. Like if I would buy a laptop, I just need it if I'm, you know, going on a road and I need a computer with me so I can do some work there, right? Or maybe for events or stuff like that. But, you know, for me, I'm ready to pay a bit more just because it's so much easier to use everything if it's part of the same system, right? Otherwise, I don't know. It's hard to say what I would do. Like it depends on like what kind of money I would be prepared to pay, I guess. Right, I'm testing the game. So what I want to do again is set this back to 0 and test it again if it works. Boop. So let's see. When I encounter it the first time, kick it out. Okay, that didn't work. Will it work the second time though? Maybe I just wrote it wrong, so I want to check that. Did I save it? I did. Okay. Okay. That didn't work. Oh, I'm not using... yeah, okay. This is the problem, right? I need to use the current event, not skip the whole thing. So let's try it again. For me, portability really is what matters to me most. I already have a PC I'll build myself that does every task I need, but it's horrible to bring for... Yeah, exactly, right? Like here, I also don't know like how strong of a computer you need to have. Like for instance, like these kind of games, you know, basically every computer can run. I guess Unity is a bit more tasking. It's a lot kind of cheaper if you just want to run, let's say Godot, right? And then if you want to do Unreal, then it's Unreal. Ah, there we go. Ah, shit. Is it a problem? No, man, it's no problem. Like if I see that I'm, you know, kind of not wasting, but like if I'm spending too much time not working, then I'm just gonna let you know that like I'm gonna focus for a bit, right? It's like I've done that so many times now. Somebody went way too deep into a conversation, and if I felt that I just need to do more work, I just, you know, I just told them, you know, sorry, would love to talk more, but I just, you know, I need to work. Sorry. So let's see. When do I change? Like, what's the delay here? End conversation after a line. Okay. Okay, I see. I need to wait here. So I wait for half a second. What if I wait a little bit more? Maybe a second and a half, because I rarely do these end conversations after a line. Okay, I have a better idea. If this is a thing, I would just skip the whole thing. If and after is a thing, I would wait, is this a list? It's an array, okay. Where do I change to the next line though? Next line. Sorry, I need to check something. If I missed a conversation. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I want to do something better here. Instead of doing we don't need to do this here. Yeah, we would just do, we would just return. Can I just return? Can I break? What does break do? Oh no, don't want to do that. Return? No. Continue. I want to continue. Right? And then we also do so yeah, if it's this, I just want to skip it, right? Then we're also going to do a bool and skipped equals false. And then this will become true. Right, and then here, if and is skipped, Okay. Go back. If and is skipped, actually if it isn't, right, we're gonna increase the line. When a new line is opened, is when a new choice is chosen for the first time, skip their and or event parts and keep the line on the same line. So when you finish this one, it will trigger the events and endings normally. I think this actually might work nicely. So then for the first time, you're gonna have the time to read what happened, right? It's not gonna skip it. And then when you click it, it's just gonna, it's gonna nicely, you know, do the event and the ending like it should. So let's go left. Okay, so boom. Kick it out, destroy the item, but gain some scrap. Boop. There you go. I don't know why I wasn't able to skip it by clicking. But now when I see it again, it's just gonna happen. I mean, we're making moves here. We're absolutely making moves. So let's try another one. Gain a random item, but there's a 50% chance to lose 10 HP. It's just awkward that I have to... That's a little bit strange. Why have to do that with space now? Because I think that shouldn't be how this works. There might be something else that I need to do. Do I have this in the update here? I do. So if submit was clicked, right. But also, is this a clickable thing then, or how does this work? How does this work? Magazzino. No, I'm looking at talk container. Talk container. Is this is a button and it's Wait, why is it missing that? Wait, whoa. What do you mean missing? Oh! I ruined it, but it should still work. It's just gonna be false. Yeah, now it should work. Apply this. I should also kind of add, like, where do I do the next line arrow? Yeah, let's also fix this one. So next line. Okay, let's revert all of these things so I don't mess something up. let's just open this fully. So next arrow, yeah, shows down here. So what if I add, okay, where's my end screen? No, I want to do this here. I want to do the modifiers transition, and do this. I just want to copy this one. So continue button, this exact button icon is what I'm looking for. And then let's go back to the button, to the talk container. We're gonna open this up, and in the next arrow, I want to copy this thing in. And this is going to be for the submit button. I'm going to place it right here, and I guess at the bottom, and just put it right like here. So -7, -6. There you go. Now I can disable this. So this should now also tell you how exactly to move the state forward, right? It's gonna show you the button. Let's also lock these again, just so I can test them again. Doesn't matter where I go. I like that. So kick it out. Yeah, now I have the space here, right? Or whatever button, right? If I would be enabling my... I don't know why it's not detecting the... why it's not detecting the controller. I'm gonna have to do some fixes. You know, connecting a controller is something that's usually easier on a PC. I can tell you that much. But I can click it, and I should also be able to use space like before. Like, this is great. Yeah, everything works exactly as I want it to. Right. Great. Well, this is cool. This was a cool change that I kind of didn't anticipate. But yeah, definitely happy about it. How much time do I have? I still have some time. I still do have some time. So I can try to add this new event. The reason I'm kind of looking over my time is because I have a, how do you say, a hair appointment today, so I get rid of this crepoli ravioli. How difficult is it to connect the control to a Mac? From this reaction, it sounds like quite a pain. Honestly, I don't know. It should be easy because it does recognize it. And like you can see here, if I go to Gamepad Tester, like it does find it, right? So it works. It just, for some reason, I guess it's a Unity problem. It's a Unity problem. For some reason, it doesn't work in Unity, right? It doesn't find it here. So forget what I said. It's a Unity thing, I guess. Maybe it's something I set up not as well. Okay, so one thing, let's check. Does it work if I open up the game? Does the controller work? What is happening? Library, launching. Ah, there we go. Yeah, no, it just doesn't work. Right? The mouse works, but the gamepad doesn't, even though it does find it. So that might be some issue with how I specifically set up. I don't know, like this is something that's kind of pissing me off a little bit. Like I know the controllers work, like people are playing the game on a controller. It's just for some reason, I don't know, this Unity build just sometimes doesn't find my controller on this computer. On the other one it does, so I don't know. Yeah, exactly right. Unity does have its own set of problems, to say the least. Okay, so I do have this already, and I do have the conversations, so I can add those in. So dialogue, no, string tables, events. We're gonna open up our events and pull the new event in. Great, I'm gonna copy one and then go back to here. And I'm gonna add dialogue lines and drop this one in. And I think, let me remember how this is working exactly. So I have a choice right after it, and that's it. And then I have the dialogues. Okay, easy, simple enough. So we have a choice here. This has the correct ID. Yes, it does. We don't load in characters. And then we can just duplicate this as an option. So this is gonna be option 1. And then we would do number 2. And this would now trigger an event, event 1. And then we would do 2 more of these. Right, I wanna actually do this like that. And 3. Like this. So number 2, we're gonna do 2, 3, and then 4. 4. And then, of course, event 2 and 3. Now I want to log this and add these 3 as branching conversations. There we go. What's next? And that's basically it, I think. Now I just need to add my, to write this events in. So bug a random bullet. How do you do this? Okay, we need a pickups manager because I have get bug abilities, and here we send in the power and the slot. Okay, that's good. And the magazine, wait, is this, oops. Yeah. Is this a oops, is this a class? It is a class. Okay, good. So I can change it on demand. So get bug abilities. So let's do this. Over yonder, right around over here. And what I'm gonna do is how much power? Well, we're gonna do, I guess according to some depth would be interesting, right? So we can do level manager.instance.get get dungeon progression. And then we times this by 4, right? And then we do +2. I don't know how strong these can be, so let's just do something like that. And then what we're gonna pass in is the magazine manager.instance.get bullet from position. And we're gonna do random.range between 0 and magazine manager.instance.size. And this returns a slot. Oh. And I need to pass, oh, I do need to pass a slot. So what's the problem? Oh, oops. It needs to use normal brackets. Okay, so we get bugged, we have this, we have the bugged abilities, right? So we do list of bugged, module abilities, bugged abilities equals this, bug random bullets. Right, and then I also maybe just have to do int bullet to bug. Wait, how do I do this? I need to create a list of random ones, right? So let's do list int bullets to bug equals new. And then we're gonna do, oops. Then we're gonna do while bullets to bug, bullets to bug dot count is less than, like how many bullets would be bug? I guess that could also be random. Int amount equals random dot range between, let's say 2 and 4, right? So then we would drop in here the amount. So while the count is less than amount, we would do bullets, or we would do int bullet ID equals random dot range between 0 and magazine manager.instance.size. And then if bullets to bug dot contains bullet ID, or if this is false, we're going to do bullets to bug dot add bullet ID, right? While bullets dot count is less than amount. What is the issue? Oh, right. Boom. So there we have it. We're gonna do, so let's do select the amount of bullets to bug, or set rather. Select bullets to be bugged, and then we're gonna do for each, or let's just do for loop, because I don't like using for each loops for some reason. I think they're a bit less efficient, and actually no, here it doesn't matter. Although I have read somewhere that they collect garbage for some reason and the for loop doesn't, which makes less sense to me. Let's just do a for each loop. So for each int current bullet in bullets to bug, we're gonna do bugged abilities, and we're gonna not do this. We're just gonna drop in the current bullet. Do I need a, no. Oh, right, too much back. And this is what I need. Current bullet. And then what we're also going to do is this dot bugged okay, I don't exactly know. Bonus abilities equals to bugged abilities. Right, but I need to do, okay. Can I just do plus equals? No. Of course not. So what I want to do is dot add range and then add these first. Right. Or can I just do this the other way? Can I just do this dot add range? So they're added after, you know, boom. So that's event one. Then choosing the bullet, bug one bullet, we would pass in the module, righto, righto. Callback, 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 nickelback, callback, right, callback function. I have the ID on it, right? So, bug that bullet, and we're just gonna do, we're gonna do this first. So we're gonna pass in our module, and then we're gonna do bugged abilities, and then what else are we gonna do? We're gonna do this as well for the module. No, just module.bonusabilities.add range bugged abilities. I think like that's basically it. It just, the question is, will it work? Well, let's try it. So first I need to do the biome info. We're gonna add here we're gonna add the other event here. Shit, what is this? Oh, right. So here we're gonna do add the same for all of you. Okay, and now this is going to be bubbling pool event, and it's going to use this event, and then the rest can stay the same. Event ID, does this matter? Who knows? I don't think event, does this matter anywhere? Oops. It does not. Could it matter? Oh yeah, probably when checking if they should be unlocked or like if they can appear. That's where I need to, oh right, I didn't change it though, did I? Biome base, and we're gonna do here the bubbling pool event. Great, so now I only have that one as an option. Oop. You think it will? I really appreciate your your confidence. Ah look, it looks so cute. Looks good, doesn't it? A bubbling pool of toxic sludge looks similar to what powers your fabricator. Should you experiment? Submerge the whole fabricator, dig a part of a fabricator, or step away. Select a single projectile module to be bugged. Okay, okay, the color works. Yeah, this already doesn't work. What if I do this? Yeah, no, something's wrong. Okay. Dialogue. No, what was I looking at? This. Oh, right. No, what? This isn't the right one. This one. Right, it needs to conclude the event as well. So let's do this. That's one thing. Although I don't think that that's really gonna help. Well, it might, though. Set magazine. Only reset is true. I don't understand why this is true though. Open meg click is just, yeah, just this is false. Only reset is also false by default. So I think I just want this to be false as well. Because that might just skip opening it up again. So let's try to do that. I mean, it's definitely a more complex event because it needs to manipulate your magazine. You need to choose stuff. So I was quite sure it shouldn't work. Like usually it doesn't. Okay, I also need to make sure that stuff cannot spawn in the pool. Okay, select, okay, let's try this first. But it didn't, did it work? Okay, first I might have to resolve the event right at the start. I don't think it matters for this. Yeah, here we're just bugging random bullets. Why isn't this working? Like, there might be an issue that okay, let's try to do it again. There might be an issue that you can't even see this event because of having those normal modules that maybe cannot even be bugged, right? So let's try to see that first, if that's the issue. I don't know why this is, like why this happens, how it happens, but let's try to move on, see what happens there. Yeah, these are all normal, so let's move on. And what I want to do now is just spawn, you know, some normal bullets. Because the problem might be that these bug modules or goo modules cannot be bugged, and then it just kind of breaks. Okay, let's see now. I don't know why this doesn't have, yeah, now it did bug them. Right. Oh, nice. Send me a link, brother. I'm gonna check it out. Thanks, man, and good luck with your development as well. Okay, so it did work. What about this? Why does it happen immediately? Pissing me off. Oh. It needs to end as well. It needs to end as well. So there's one issue. Does it need to end first? No, it's fine like this. Okay. Let's try it again. Perfect. I still have like half an hour of time, but like after that I would love to check it out. Select a single projectile to be bugged. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't work. Wait, why doesn't it work though? And why does it work when you have stuff in? Okay, let's do this again. Okay. Yeah, these shouldn't really happen. Wait, this is worse, no? Yeah, this just makes it worse. Great, yeah, I'm gonna check it out there. Yeah, this is worse. Okay, it does work, the event does work. What about if I have, if I just want to select one? Does that also work now? This breaks. Why though? Last stream we were listening to Stanley Parable Adventure Line for 10 hours, so yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to, you know, watch for a while. It's just I can, you know, at least see what you're doing. Current module. Wait, this breaks? Wait, what is the current module? Wait, this shouldn't even happen. This needs to be false. Didn't I already change this? Okay. Yeah, thanks, man. Good luck to you too. Again, the delay on the stream is quite severe, so it takes me a while for, even if I see it immediately, it takes a while. Like right now I saw it immediately. It took a while for me to answer. I did some tests before and the delay is quite severe. Okay, what if I just have a couple of things equipped? Ooh, cluster. What a cool module. Jeez. I guess I haven't unlocked that before. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just giving boring boring ass negative effects. Well, it does work somewhat. It's just when this callback thing happens, I need to kind of add a bit more things, right? Like the check evolutions has to be disabled. It has to just say select the module to whatever. It has to say the, like whatever this event needs it to say. It has to not have the undo button. But then when we get back, I want to also why doesn't this work though? That's interesting. Well, okay, this shouldn't be too bad to fix. Okay, so what happens if I try to bug a goo module? Does it just break then? Nothing happens, right? Okay, so what if I bug all the bullets again? Or random bullets rather? Yeah, it really needs to kind of ignore the parts that don't have, you know, maybe this event shouldn't appear until they have more of a, you know, a fuller magazine. Unless I make goo modules be able to be bugged. Wait, let's see. Okay, another thing that it's kind of bothering me is the power that these gain. So we set bonus chance. So this is at the best. Oof. Yeah, this can just be 0. Bugged power. What is this? Oh. And this can be, wait, this can be a shit ton. No? No, this can be at best 1, so this can be at best 4. Okay, so this is kind of the same. It's like, it's really boring, like the effects that it gains are really boring. Like I do +2, right? So there's the default 2. Let's see, module abilities. So damage has a power of 1. What about minus damage? Damage minus, it has a -1. I think these should just kind of have bigger values by default, right? Twice as big maybe? Because inherently it's like the reduction of damage is a lot more severe than the addition of damage. And what are, like, do I have any other negative abilities enabled even? So this is happening in the save load. Saveloade. And yeah. So I do have, right. Yeah, I don't have any interesting ones. It's just the damage, right? So it can't give you anything really interesting. I would need more negative abilities. Right, I need more stuff that is kind of a little shitty. Maybe I could have stuff like, let's say, I'm gonna write this as an idea. So these are bullets, modules, and items, sure. So is this a bullets, items? Okay, this is just maybe a bit too bloated. Wait, what? Did my mouse break? Hello. Mouse went to sleep. Bye. Ain't have no time for you. What if I change you? Easy, brother. That shit was easy. Done and done. So what I want to do is just add a new card, and these are going to be negative negative module ability ideas. I'm gonna pull that right at the top. Or negative effect. We're gonna add a list, a checklist. Just a checklist is fine. Or ideas, I guess. And then we're gonna say deals 50% less damage to chargers, or deals 50% less damage to casters, deals 50% less damage to critters, critters, deals 50% less damage to shooters. Right, spawner. It's a spawner, not a caster. Right. So this is, and I can make different. I can make different tiers of this. Right. I probably don't want to make 10% because it's kind of boring, but I can definitely make. So the ones above can span from 20% to 100%. Right. So it can, like 20% on a specific enemy type is not a big deal, right? But like the rest, you know, like 100%, and I can make that, you know, a power of 1. It can be like a really whatever shitty effect, right? But dealing 100% less damage can be quite an annoying little effect that can make this bug really interesting, right? I like this. I think this is actually a super cool idea. And I can add this right at the beginning. They're gonna make sense. I just need to add some sort of an explanation in the game that, you know, explains this, like what are critters, what are casters, whatever, right? Basically show you a list of enemies that's gonna be kind of explained. And with this, I think I can also just add bugs to the base goo modules, right? Let's see. Let's go back to our bubbling event. So when we get bug abilities, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this thing. I think all of the base ones. I don't even know what is this. What is a base goo module? It has a type of no projectile type. Yeah, which does make sense. But like, there's no reason why it shouldn't be able to be bugged, right? So maybe what I need is a, you know, I need a new class for this. So what is this? This is bullet shot type. Bullet shot type. This. We're gonna add a new one. This is gonna be number 9. is going to be goo, base goo module. Okay, I'm gonna write this as a to-do because, you know, it's gonna take me a bit, because I have to go right now. So add or change goo bullets to have a different type. Make goo bullets be able to get bugged. And finish bubbling pool event. Add sounds to bubbling pool event. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna have to go now. But thank you everybody for joining in. There's been quite a few at some point, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm gonna continue this tomorrow. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to do some more work today, but like as it turns out, I'm probably gonna have to do some more work around the house. So yeah, as soon as I can, I'm gonna continue work, but definitely a stream is coming tomorrow. So hopefully I catch you then. If you're interested in trying the game, you can wishlist the game on Steam, super helpful. It's gonna be down in the description below. You can also join the Discord server if you wanna interact and you know, kind of give ideas, or if you wanna try the game now, you can also do that there. You can basically apply to be a playtester. You can let me know that you wanna try the game and I'm gonna be happy to send you, you know, really soon. If you don't wanna wait, you can also just let me know, please, can you send me the game right now? I wanna try it. I'm gonna be happy to oblige. Other than that, you can catch me on Twitter if you do that kind of stuff. And yeah, everything is gonna be linked down below. So yeah, I really appreciate it and have a good one. Cheers.